What is the difference between a New Mexico County Assessor and a New Mexico County Treasurer? I'm glad you asked. Although these offices work closely together, the Assessor and the Treasurer have very different roles. Assessors and Treasurers are elected by citizens of the county in which they reside. To begin, there are 33 counties in New Mexico. Each one of those counties elects an assessor and a treasurer, as well as a clerk, probate judge, sheriff, and county commissioners. But in this video, we're just going to talk about the assessors and the treasurers. The assessor's job is to know where all the county property is located, who owns that property, and to place a value on it in order to calculate property taxes. Property taxes are used to help pay for building roads, schools, fire departments, hospitals, dispatch services, animal control, law enforcement, and all kinds of community resources. Essentially, you pay county taxes, and in exchange, the county can provide the services you may need. The assessor uses sophisticated online software and information collected from historical databases to accurately calculate the value of your property. In New Mexico counties, the values of property are recorded on January 1st of each year. By April 1st, notices of value are mailed out to all county property owners at their recorded address. This is when you find out what you'll owe in property tax for the upcoming year. If you don't agree with the value given by the county assessor, you have 30 days to protest that valuation to your county assessor and give your reasons. Maybe you believe your property was valued too high, and if so, you can appeal to get your property tax bill lowered. Your homeowner property values cannot increase more than 3% each year. This means even in a year when inflation is high, your property values won't increase more than 3%. Unless, that is, you buy a home. Then you might get hit with what's called property tax lightning. Let me explain. Let's say you buy a home in Santa Fe from someone who's lived in that house for 30 years. 30 years ago, a home in Santa Fe might have only cost $100,000. So if you do the math and raise the value by 3% per year for 30 years, then today that home is taxed on a value basis of $243,000. But in a housing market like the one we're currently in, that house today would likely sell for $500,000 or more. So, if you buy a home in New Mexico, the assessed taxable value is based on the latest sales price. So instead of picking up the same taxable value as the prior owner, the county assessor now bases the value on this new, higher sales price. Once all properties are assessed, each county assessor's tax roll is delivered to the county treasurer by October 1st annually. Now that we understand the county assessor, let's learn more about the work of the county treasurer. The job of the county treasurer is to send out the property tax bills, collect the property tax payments, and ultimately distribute that tax money to provide the services we talked about earlier, things like roads, schools, police, etc. The county treasurer must have property tax bills in the mail to New Mexico County property owners by November 1st of each year. Taxes are then due on November 10th and become delinquent on December 10th. You can pay your property tax bill in chunks, with the first half due on November 10th and the second half due on April 10th of the following year. Because of this split payment schedule, the bulk of property tax money coming into the county treasurer happens primarily in two big waves during December and then again in April. All of that money goes toward the annual budget cycle, and so it won't all get distributed right away. Money not spent right away for county expenditures is very wisely invested to earn some returns. County treasurers can take some of that money waiting to be distributed and invest it with the state investment pool until it's ready to be dispersed. That's an investment pool set up by the state treasurer, and it functions kind of like a bank. Of course, there are other ways the county treasurer can manage our funds, but the options of what a county treasurer can invest the funds into is very strictly monitored and regulated by state statute. For example, the county treasurer cannot decide to invest in the latest and greatest and perhaps untested financial trend. Instead, the investments are always invested via financial institutions and instruments that are safe, secured, and insured. Every penny is protected and assured so that the public's tax money is never placed at risk. In a county with a larger population like Doña Ana, the county treasurer may spread the funds out across many local financial institutions, federally insured of course, which then enables those local lenders to lend that money back into the community. This is great because it allows the county to invest locally and stimulate each county's local economy. It's a win-win. Distribution and expenditures of collected tax money is also planned by the county treasurer. Every month, distribution reports are generated by the county treasurer to track every dollar that has been distributed. The county treasurer functions as a fiscal agent, and each county treasurer is accountable to the state auditor. And there you have it. Your New Mexico County assessors and treasurers work for you, and you get to elect them. And if you're good with numbers, you can always run for election for either of these public offices. At the end of the day, New Mexico counties and their leaders are people just like you and me.